Hey, what's up? This is Sirgio, but you can call me Sirg. Before the start of this episode, I just want to say, 1, this episode was recorded months in advance, so topics and opinions are subject to change. 2, this episode may have foul language and sexual nature, so keep that in mind. And 3, the audio may sound a bit off at times, but bear with me because it does get better over time. That being said, thank you so much for listening and enjoy. Hello. You listen to the official Call Me Sirg podcast with me, Sirgio, but you can call me Sirg. And happy Aries season. Yes, it is Aries season officially of 2021. I just want to wish all my Arians a happy Aries season. I truly think we are the best. So, best season of the year. Best time of the year, Aries season, all right? So this episode, we're going to talk about what it's like being an Aries. So for those who are not Arians, unfortunately, just sit back and learn, take out your notebooks and learn a little bit on what it's like to be Aries. As y'all may have known already, I am a Aries. I was born April 10, 1999. Was it 4:13 a.m.? That don't really matter, but I just wanted to say that in case I have a twin out there. Yes, so I'm Aries, and here's a little bit of info y'all need to know when it has to do with Aries. Okay, so first of all, I would say go online, search up your chart. You have to know where you were born, specifically what time you were born, to know exactly what your sign is and your placements. I personally also think just knowing your sun sign, we're just talking about the sun sign of Aries and just Aries energy in general, but just knowing your sun sign is not enough. Being an Aries, being your sun sign is not the only thing about you. I would suggest searching your chart to fully understand who you are as a person and to learn yourself, because from a person I listen to on YouTube, her channel is called Soul in Vibration, and in the beginning of every episode she says self-awareness is a superpower, and I truly believe that. So definitely go on a website, I believe it's called, I would say astro.cafe.astrology.com is a good site. Just put in your information and find out what's in your chart, all your placements, and it also has really good descriptions on what each one mean. So find out that, and it just definitely help you out. We could go more into deep about each placement in another episode. If you want to learn about that, let me know. I definitely love to talk about it. I'm not a astrologer. I mean, I am low-key an astrologer, but I don't know a lot. I know a hefty amount of what astrology is like and what it is, but if I had a choice, I would send you over to a professional. But I have knowledge, so here I am with my knowledge. Let's get back into Aries. Now, also some celebrity Aries out there, just to give you an idea of what Aries is like. I was Jessie J, Diana Ross, Robert Pattinson, Mariah Carey, Lil Nas, Lady Gaga, one of my favorites, Eddie Murphy, Emma Watson, Reese Witherspoon, Kristen Stewart, Celine Dion, Kourtney Kardashian, Pharrell Williams, Jessica Chastain, Elton John, Paul Rudd, Kate Hudson, Chance the Rapper, Sky Jackson, Victoria Beckham, Sergio Williams, all these famous Aries out there. Also have a few friends who are also Aries. Shout out to Lawrence, Anthony, Jamari, Justin, Dashira, Diamond. So yes, those are famous celebrity Aries. Now, let's go further into what it's like being Aries. So first of all, Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, which, just like Scorpio, is also ruled by the planet Mars. It has Mars-like energy. So Mars energy being like very passionate. That's a trait, Mars trait. I'll also say like Mars is represented by like aggression, sex, action, desire, competition, courage. That's just air. That's Mars energy, and like I said, Aries and Scorpios tend to have those type of energy. So keep that in mind. Also, Aries like animal symbol is the ram. And there's a lot of comparisons when it comes to Aries and Ram. Like, Rams are because they got the horns, they're very hard-headed at times. So, very that. I looked online, live Zodiac Tumblr, and it said that Aries is symbolized by the ram. The ram has come to represent male fidelity, aggression, and courage. A ram's horn is part of a cornucopia. Yep. the horn of plenty, symbolizing abundance. In history, rams were often symbols of leadership. Aries natives are said to be leaders and pioneers. Rams butt their heads into their enemies, and Aries natives are thought to approach life head on. So yeah, that's very much what Aries and Ram similarities are. That's why Aries are symbolized as the ram, because for the most part, we're hard-headed and we approach life head on. Sometimes we don't even think. We don't think about it. We just go straight forward, head on to whatever it is. We're very impulsive. But we're going to get into the traits in a second, like positive and negative traits for Aries. And also at the end, we're going to talk about a little bit of what it's like dating in Aries and the do's and don'ts when you're about to date in Aries. So stay tuned for that. All right. So also the Aries planet symbol is the male sign, which means that Aries have a masculine energy, a strong masculine energy. A lot of signs, all the signs have either more masculine energy or more feminine energy. Aries is very unique because Aries is masculine energy, but also can have a mixture of feminine energy as well. Because me personally, I know that we can play both sides. Like there's a masculine side to me and there's a feminine side to me. I think that's what a lot of people, not just Aries, but it tends to happen. I know you may have heard Aries being like, I am baby, and I'm also Dom, we can play either side. We're very hot and cold when it comes to that. But we'll get into dating Aries in a second. But yeah, very masculine energy, but it can also have a feminine side too. I've found this picture. I think the person's name was Astrology, and the person said, Aries are a confusing sign. They are the only zodiac sign to combine both masculine and feminine energies. Thanks to this, the women born under Aries are often more confident, independent, competitive than others. Aries are known to be able to tolerate restriction. So yeah, Aries have a very strong masculine energy, but we also have a feminine energy as well. So very unique sign, Aries. I'll also say Aries have a very childlike energy to us as well. Like, we are the first in the zodiac chart. But we're the first sign in the cycle. The cycle starts with Aries, right? And we have a childlike energy to us. So there's a lot of traits when it comes to that. But another thing that Astrology said was the Aries gift is that they are always young children at heart. The world is a place of magic for this sign. They have a habit of living life very close to the edge. Aries prefer to have real experience to call upon. Although they are a social sign, Aries will spend much time alone, preferring to be undisturbed. So that's very true, very true. So we're gonna get into the positive, negative traits in a second. But also with Aries, our birthstone is diamond. So that means the meaning of the diamond is very much for Aries. It's more April. It's actually April birthstone. So April Aries, your birthstone would be diamond. March Aries birthstone is the aquamarine, which is associated with courage, loyalty, and friendship. So, yeah. And then April Aries birthstones is diamond, which is associated with better relationships, balance, clarity, abundance, and an increase in inner strength. So it says those who wear the symbol have provided those types of energy. Now, Aries is a fire element, and there are only 3 signs that are have fire elements to it, which those signs would be Aries, of course, Sagittarius, and Leo. Now, being a fire sign, there's a few traits that come with that. So, of course, it's confidence, excitable. You're excitable, you're enthusiastic, you're fun, action-oriented, freedom-seeking, controlling, and intense. So, yes, I got that from zodiacfire.com. But yeah, fire signs are very that. We are family. Us fire signs are all family. Sagittarius and Leo, y'all family to us. We love y'all so much. Some things you do, we're kind of we're very questionable at times, but we're like, you're family from afar, you know? It's like that cousin that's at the cookout that you're like, they're cool, but we gotta be family from afar, you know? they do some questionable things, but you're cool. We get along. So also Aries is also a cardinal sign, and cardinal pretty much means the tendency toward the traits for it comes to cardinal signs is, and also other signs that are cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Very, very ambitious, I would say. Very ambitious, but impulsive and very quick-actioned, quick-witted. Very just do it type of people. Just do it, That's what I would describe cardinal people. And Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn are very that. Positive traits when it comes to cardinal signs. I have a picture here. It says that they're active, ardent, ambitious, enthusiastic, and independent. Now, negative signs would be hasty, inconsiderate, and domineering. Domineering? It says domineering, but I think it meant dominating or whatever. People who like to be dominant, people who like to take control, those are cardinal signs. So, yeah. Aries is also ruled by the first house, which I had said we're the first sign in the astral circle, or we're the first in line, first people, and it comes with a lot of traits, a lot of things to that. So I have a website here, and it said first house in Aries. If your disposition speaks of importance of knowing one's limits, your basic incentive energy, the animalistic nature that needs to be guided, used, and sometimes contained. The main challenge of this position lies in the inability to see other people as equals, have tact to care for others, or accept being cared for. It will challenge one's commitment to relationships, marriage, or their ability to find compassion for their own emotional needs, let alone needs of other people. On an individual level, these people are represented by the planet Mars. Yeah. So that pretty much means that being in the first house in Aries, we have challenges of seeing other people as equal. It's pretty much it says. Not saying that we think we're above people, but it's kind of like that main character type of energy. Like, we're in our own worlds, it seems. It's kind of like one trait that we are sometimes associated with is selfish. And we think about ourselves first before anyone else. And we put ourselves first. And I mean, it's a very subconscious thing. It's not a thing. It's not a malicious thing. And again, we don't think we're above anyone. We're not that type of people. We don't think that we're better than anyone. We are competitive. We want to be better, but we don't think that we're better. It's not an insecure way, but like, it's like we know everyone's worth, but we think of ourselves first. We come first. Ourselves come first, and it could be challenging when it comes to relationships, because you need that equalness in a relationship. You need the compromise. You need compromise in relationships. You need to think of someone else as well as yourself. So that can be a challenge when it comes to Aries and relationships. But we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, being first. And just like we're usually, out of the 3 fire signs, we're the youngest. We're the child. So, but we're like very child. Like I said, like I touched on earlier, we're very childish. We can be very childish. We very, very childlike energy. We want to be first all the time. We get angry when we don't get our way. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. So now there are popular jobs that it seems that Aries would be really good at, and I'm going to touch on these right now. These jobs would be PR specialist, communications manager, store manager, magazine editor, real estate agent, hairstylist, sales representative, holistic health practitioner, registered nurse, insurance defense attorney. Also, sportscaster, surgeon, adventurer, entrepreneur, the military, stockbroker, law enforcement officer, producer, emergency medical technician, and public relations executive. So out of all these jobs, I would say I mostly associate with the adventurer, the entrepreneur, and producer probably. All the others I'm like, So also there's job traits for Aries, which is Aries loves to work well independently. They're very confident, action-oriented, like I touched on before, very quick thinkers and competitive. So any job that have anything to do with those traits are very good for Aries. So very that. So a little bit of advice when it comes to Aries looking for, like, having a job. The best thing for Aries is a role that encourages Aries to take risk and try new things, and it will help us thrive professionally. So the more independent you can be, the better you'll feel in your job. So that's why we're good at being entrepreneurs. We're good at working on our own. So my personal opinion when it comes to Aries, I think we're the best. We're really cool. I love Aries. We're really cool. I think we're like, our personalities are so vibrant and so energetic and very, very refreshing. And we have a childish like energy to us. Like I said, that we can be a little bit selfish. We get mad when we don't get our way. We have angers. Our anger can be very aggressive at times. We can be aggressive in general. We can be very loud, we just like to project ourselves in anything that we do. And again, we're very head on to whatever we want, very impulsive, but I think we are really good friends. We're really good lovers. In bed, out of bed, we're very good lovers. We're very adventurous, very loving people, very loyal, very faithful people. I've never really heard Aries cheat. I don't think we really would do that. We love having fun, love to party, love to have a good time, but I think we're very faithful, very loyal people. And like, if you're in our circle, we will take care of you. So I think that's very much like an Aries. So I just think in general, Aries are very cool people. And you'll be lucky to have an Aries as a friend, because we are really good friends. So now, I've researched some positive and negative traits, also strengths and weaknesses. So let's touch on those real quick. So first, let's go to strengths and weaknesses. Now, strengths for an Aries, the 2 top strengths when it comes to Aries is we're very motivated and we're very fearless. So Like we are thrill seekers. We are daredevils. We take caution to the wind. We just do whatever. We don't. Most Aries just don't think. We don't think first. We just do. We do. It also depends on what your Mars placement is, your Mars sign. So if you're a Mars in Aries, you like Lawrence, you're very action oriented. You don't think about what you do. You just do it. When it comes to your speech is Mercury, but if you're Mercury in Aries, you're probably very brash, very harsh when you talk at times. You can be very aggressive in your speech. You may curse a lot, So, yeah. Aries can be very messy also, I've realized. We can be very messy. We're never dirty, but we can be very messy because our mind is always scattered all over the place. Very just like we're a freaking ram. We're crazy too. We're just all over the place. So yeah. And now when it comes to weaknesses, the top 2 weaknesses when it comes to Aries, we can be arrogant at times. Again, we don't think we're above anyone, but our confidence level is very high. It's very up there. We're very confident people, especially when we're done up. We got our makeup on, we got our hair did, we got our outfit together. Our confidence are A1, okay? God-like confidence, okay? But we can be very arrogant and very confident, but never narcissistic, never... our energy can come off as narcissistic a little bit into ourselves, but we're not. We love ourselves and we're very confident in ourselves. So don't get that twisted, all right? Another weakness is where we can be very competitive. But I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just we really get into it when it comes to video games or competition. Just competition in general, where it can be like in a job competition, like you try and get that role in a movie and you have to go through 5 people to get to that role. So we're definitely going to be into that. If you're like in a competition, an actual competition, like maybe like RuPaul Drag Race, you're going to be very, very into it and you're there to win. Like we're cutthroat, like we're there to win, period. So we can be very competitive. And to touch on dating, we love a person that is very competitive with us, like have a little touch of competitiveness to it. Like a good date for Aries would be like just in the house playing video games. Like that's really fun. I've done that before and that's really fun. We love a person that can touch our competitive side a little bit and like be competitive with us. It's really cool. So, but it's a weakness apparently. Being competitive. I guess there's a bad to that. Sometimes our competitiveness can get to our heads maybe a little bit and could drive us to do some crazy things to win. So I don't think we're sore losers though. We hate to lose, but I don't think we're sore losers. We're not gonna let you win unless there's something in it for letting you win. But yeah, but we hate sore winners though. Please don't be a sore winner. Like we're gonna be the angry Aries come out. So yeah. So other traits when it comes to Aries, I have a website here. We're gonna go through them, and I'm going to say rather than not I share those traits. So let's get to it. All right. So there are 12 positive traits and 12 positive traits and 8 negative traits. So this is astromix.net. So let's go through it. Okay, positive. Let's go to positive leadership. Aries love to be first, and we also love to take charge, take control of everything. And we're very much have that leadership tendency. Also Scorpios are the same way. We like things our own way. We like to be the leaders. We like to be the dom at times. In relationships, we like to be dom. We love to be baby as well. But when it comes to outside of the bedroom, in the bedroom could be different. Who knows? But outside the bedroom, we like to take control. We like to take charge. We like to do things our way. That's just the Aries way. And it's the same thing with Scorpios. Now, I would agree. We love to be the leaders of groups, of projects, of everything. It's a very We love to, because I feel like it's because people can mess up. We don't like to go down. We will go down with the ship because we're very we're very courageous leaders. But we don't want someone leading us to failure. Like, I get mad when my mom tells me to do things that I don't understand and I look stupid. And like, that just, it irritates me to the fullest. Like, following someone and then them failing the situation, or and make you look dumb, make you look ridiculous, or making you fail, like, that's the worst in the world for an Aries. So I definitely agree. We love to be the leader. If we're gonna fail, it was because of us, not because of someone else, you know. Now let's go to negative trait number 1, aggressive. Yes, we are very aggressive. We're very out there, out loud and proud people. It says powered by Mars. It is not surprising that Aries personalities are oriented on struggles and conflicts. However, when they no longer are able to control their behavior, it results in a bulge of rage. In such a situation, it is better to leave people of this sign for some time and give them time to calm down. It often happens very quickly, as well as these aggressive bursts do. Yeah, I agree. My anger can come out of the blue. It can come very quickly, but it can also die out really quickly as well. But when I'm angry, when I'm irritated, when I'm sad, just any type of emotion is very aggressive, and I just rather be left alone. Like, when I quote unquote dated someone and I was really angry at something, not at them, but at something, and I was like, they just kept telling me what's wrong, and I'm like, leave me alone. Let me deal with. I like to deal with things on my own. Like, that could be a little bit of my Aquarius side, but I like to deal with things on my own. I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to express it. You know, just leave me alone. That's very much Aquarius, but like, leave me alone, because I could blow up. But me personally, my anger, I never got so angry that I would hit a wall or hit somebody. I'm never like that. I don't think Aries can get to that level. I think we can get to that level, but it takes a lot to get us to that level. But we can get angry off of little things, but our anger is so aggressive. You may think that we're like at 100, but really we're like at a 30. But our anger is so aggressive, it just seems that way. But like, because we can get angry off of little things, but it's very like innocent anger to it. It's not like blatant and you know, just don't get on our bad sides, and you're all right. And if you do go on our bad sides, watch out. I would just say, leave us alone. Now, second positive thing about Aries, we have courage. I think, Aries are very brave, like I said, very, very daredevils of the Zodiacs. We just take caution to the wind. We do whatever we want. We're very brave. Our courage is A1. Very that. Now, negative trait number 2, we're reckless, though. We can be very reckless. Like I said, we have a messy energy, very chaotic. We have a very chaotic energy as well. So we can be very reckless. We can just do things, like crazy things. We're very impulsive too. So it's just out of nowhere. Like, oh, let's do that. Let's do it now. And it could just be out of, like, crazy. It says a desire to be the best and first everywhere leads to quick and often foolish decisions. Aries can't take a pause and think for a while. The individuals are always in a hurry and do not have time to assess the possible risks. Such reckless behavior is explained by the first position of the sign in the astrology table. Oh, it's a table. It's not chart. It is chart, but it's not like cycle or anything. These people simply have no previous sign to learn on their mistakes of, so they leap forward and they only start thinking if it was the right decision. Oh wow, so that's very interesting. So being the first in the astrology table is what they're calling it. We don't have a chart. We don't have a sign before us, it says. So we can't really learn from their mistakes because we're the first. We're the first in this astrology table. So we have no one to really take from. So we do whatever we want to do and we don't think about it. And we're very reckless. And I mean, am I a reckless person? No. I don't think I'm that reckless because I have a Mars in Scorpio. It is ruled by Mars, so I have those aggressive energy, those we talked about it already. But with being Scorpio Mars, I think about it first. I think first and then act. Aries, act first, think later. So Aries and Mars. So I unfortunately I'm not that reckless than most Aries are. So next positive trait is creativity. And I think I am a very creative person. I think Aries are very creative. We have that childlike energy, and children are... You're the most creative when you're a child. When you're younger, your imagination is just so expansive and so wild, and we're the most creative when we're children because we don't. There's no limits. There's no rules to it. We just dream. We just think big, and that's why I love children so much because their brains, their minds are so massive, and their creativity just run wild. They just do whatever, and I love it. And I'm very much like that. That childlike energy comes out, and just our creativity is so great. And I agree, Aries are very creative. The next negative trait, though, it says competitiveness again. Now it says for competitiveness. Let's get more deep into that. The Ram people often suffer from addiction to gambling since they simply can't lose. Oh, I can see that. We hate losing, so we're gonna continue. We like to continue going. We like to continue going until we win. So that can definitely be bad for when it comes to gambling. I can definitely see that. I've had situations similar to like in video games where I lose. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it again and again and again and again until I win. But until it becomes blatant, that is very unfair. If we know it's unfair and like we're set up to lose and it's cheating, whatever it is, it's cheating. We're gonna quit at it because if there's no way of winning, if we feel like there's no way of winning, we're gonna quit at it. But we're gonna try. We're that cardinal side. We're gonna keep trying until we get it. But if it's very clear that we're not gonna win, then we're just gonna quit. We're just you know what? No. But quit is not in our vocabulary, so it's gonna take a while to get to that point. But yeah, competitiveness, very that. It says as a result, these are not okay. They believe that every battle should be brought to the logical ending, and it is better to die than to lose. As a result, these are not the best people to play with these are not the best people to play within a noisy company of friends and colleagues. Their hidden insecurity will not let anyone enjoy the game unless the Ram wins it. No, I love a game night. I love being competitive, and I hate losing, but I know it's just a game. At the end of the day, it's just a game. So it's whatever happens. But just don't be a sore winner, because I'll be super angry and mad. I might throw a chair. So the next positive thing is we're optimistic. And further explaining that, the website says, why do so many people prefer to make friends with Aries personalities? The reason for that is the optimistic vision of the life they have. No matter how challenging the situation is, these people never lose hope and keep on looking for solutions. They can hardly ever see people born at the end of March, beginning of April, who complains about anything. They believe only in positive things and never allow others to doubt. That's very, very true. That's one of my biggest personality traits of me. For me, I'm very optimistic. I'm very positive. I can be very positive. I think of the brighter things in life. I'm the type of person that see the glass half full. Very positive. I literally have the word hope tattooed on my arm. Like, it's that serious. Like, I'm very hopeful. I'm a very hopeful person. Very, if for my nerds out there, that know DC universe type of stuff. If I was in one of the Lantern Corps, I would be the Blue Lantern. I would be in the Blue Lantern Corps because I'm very hopeful. I'm very positive of situations. I try not to think of the negative. I try to think positively. I try to see the brighter things. There will always be a light at the end of the tunnel. I'll never be in a sticky, a nasty situation forever. There'll always be something better in the future. I always think something's gonna happen. Something good is gonna happen at the end of the day. Something's gonna happen. Just keep hope, keep faith, and yeah, I believe that strongly. So optimism is very big when it comes to Aries, and very big for me as well. So another negative trait, selfishness. Hey, we already touched on that. Am I selfish? Okay, it's very funny because before I answer, I realized that a lot of Aries, when we're talking in conversation, we tend to always bring the conversation back to us. So, like, for example, if someone's like, yeah, my grandmother's so cool. However, she passed away yesterday. It's so crazy. I love her so much. And the Aries like, wow, I have a grandmother. She's alive, but, she's really cool, too. And you're like, yeah. So, the other person's like, yeah, cool. So I just got hired today at Target, and it's so cool, such a cool experience. And the Aries like, oh, I love Target. It's always like I. We always start with I, or it's very interesting. We don't mean to do it. It's just a subconscious thing. We always tend to bring conversation back to us. So I guess that can touch on being selfish. Like, we just think of ourselves first, and it's like, when it comes to like planning things, if we don't see the benefit if we don't see a benefit in us and doing that for us, it's like hard to really get behind. We're very spontaneous though. We would love adventure, but if we can't see ourselves doing it, it's kind of hard to get in that position. That's like Scorpios. Very much. That's probably a Mars thing. But yeah, but selfish, am I selfish? No, I have some selfish tendencies maybe, but I wouldn't say selfish is a top tier trait of mine. So the next positive thing is generosity. There you go. So it says, another reason why men of this zodiac sign are so appreciative by women is their generosity. Even if the amount earned by Aries is not that significant, they still give money freely without any hesitation. Very true. More, even if I don't have money. Moreover, not only money is shared by these people, they are ready to help others in difficult situations and express their kindness and understanding to other people. That's very true. A friend of mine, Tony, he dealt with a lot of situations, a lot of issues in his life, personal issues, and I was there helping him out every step of the way. I was always there for him, always there to help him out, no matter what the situation was. Like, it was very, very chaotic situations at times, and I was there through thick and thin. And I think, like I said, Aries are very good friends. We're very loyal. We will do anything for our friends, like anything. So I truly, truly believe that we'll do anything for people. If we got it, we'll do it. We'll do it for people. We'll do it for y'all. So I think Aries, that's definitely, generosity is very good. Definitely good trait when it comes to Aries, and I'm very generous. But the next negative trait for Aries is explosive temper. We touched on that a little bit. It says, being a short-tempered sign, Aries explodes because of a spark. They can easily irritate others and burst with anger if there's anything they can't accept. Fortunately, these anger bursts are short-termed, and it takes only several minutes for them to calm down. Literally, I can be angry, but my switch will go right off in a second. You know, we're not the type of people to hold grudges either. We don't hold grudges. We can be angry at someone for a quick second, a quick minute, and then when it comes to situations, we tend to like to get over it really quickly and go to next. Also, when it comes to dating, if the relationship doesn't work out, we tend to, which is really bad actually, we tend to, after we move on from the person, we go to the next person. We find someone else quickly, like literally weeks later after the relationship was over. Weeks, months later, a little bit, not months, weeks later, we will find someone else to cope. And it's kind of like us coping with the loss of our previous relationship. We're like, okay, fine. Well, and it's not like really a subconscious thing. It's like, okay, on to the next. Like, our feelings just are so fast and so moving. It's like we don't really give ourselves time to digest the breakup or whatever it was. We just go to next thing. We go to next thing, next person. Our lives are always ongoing. We never pause, you know? But yeah, our tempers can be explosive. So I agree. So the next positive thing is ambitious. It says, being leaders by nature, these personalities are not ready to take for granted everything that they manage to get. They set high goals and pave their way to them so intensively and persistently that it leads to missing little but not less significant things. Therefore, it has often been an obstacle on their way to success. So yeah, I think Aries are very ambitious. We're very goal-oriented, like cardinal signs. Very goal-oriented. We just go for it. We do it. I know sometimes everyone has their low moments and have a hard time getting up and finding the confidence to do things. But Aries, we have those moments. But eventually we get up. We have that optimism in there. And we just do it. We go after what we love. We go after what we dream. And I love that. So I agree. The next negative trait for Aries is impatient. That's a big trait for Aries. We're very impatient. Like I said, our lives are very fast paced. We just go. We do. We just do stuff. We do it. We don't think first. A lot of us, we don't think first. We don't think. We act first, think later. And if we think of something, we're just gonna do it. You know, we don't like if we think, oh, let's do this today. Okay, let's go. You know, like that's why we're the first to get tattoos. We're the first to travel somewhere. We're the first to do something because we don't think about it. We just do it. We're very impulsive. I've impulsively gotten double earrings. Like I got a second hole in my ear, both ears. And that was an impulsive decision. That was one of my impulsive decisions. We're very like, we want it now. We want to do it now. Let's do it now. So yeah. And since there's one last negative trait, I'm going to read that one. So the last negative trait is seeking attention. People, okay, let me read it. Aries people are like actors who need audience consistently. They struggle for the attention of other people, and if they do not get it, they get very irritated and angry. They often put effort to look better than others, so they complete tasks fast enough, but never mind their quality. They need listeners and people to praise them, but it often turns out to be difficult to admit their superiority for others. I don't know how that's true. I don't know how much true that is. I know some Aries that craves more attention than me. I do get a little ticked off when I don't get as much attention than I think I should. For example, Twitter is one of the worst places for me because it's just so hard to get attention on Twitter. That's why Twitter is not my main social media platform. I just don't get a lot of attention there. I don't get a lot of likes. I don't get a lot of I don't get any comments really. Like, it's not there. But I love TikTok. You get a lot of attention on TikTok. So I love TikTok's not my main either. Instagram is more of my main. I love going on Instagram. I don't go on TikTok that often, but there's cases on TikTok that I've gotten a lot of attention off of, and I love it. I love the attention, but I'm not an attention whore. I don't seek attention. I just do me. I just love doing me. But I love when I get recognition for it. I love getting praise for being me. That's just a good feeling. I think that's a lot of people. That's a good feeling. But when there's moments where I don't get attention, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But I do think about it. I'm like, damn, that's very unfortunate that I didn't get that many likes for this tweet because I think it's a really good tweet. But that's fine, whatever. Screw Twitter. So I guess it's half right. There's some Aries that are more like that. But yeah. Next, so the last positive traits for Aries, first being confidence, which it says, what makes Aries representatives gather people around them is their self-confidence. Their opinion is the only right, so there is no sense to make an effort to change it. Moreover, they always do everything on their own, rarely accepting the vision of other people. However, their confidence seems others so strong and persistent that they would happily follow these people. So it's like, okay, yeah, we touched on this. We're very confident people, and that inspires other people. I realize, and that could be a little bit of my Aquarius energy too, where I do things creatively, and I just do things that people may think could be risky, or it's just brave of me to do. Like how the things I post on Instagram, I realized some people told me like you're very brave for doing that. I inspire to be as brave as you, because the things that you post, I could never. Like, someone told me that, and I'm like, wow, I never really thought of that. Like, our confidence is if you're very confident, it can really inspire people to be confident too. Like, we can be trendsetters. Really. And yeah, I think confidence is a really big thing when it comes to Aries. Like I said, we have that godlike confidence is there. Now, next positive trait is honesty. Aries are very honest, very brutally honest. Not as I would say Aries and Sagittarius can trade places with the most honest sign in the Zodiac table. But very, very brutally honest. But people can trust us because we're so honest. There's times where we could have a white lie here and there, but if you ask us blatantly of what it is, what's happening, we're going to be honest. We're going to be straight up with you. So it says Aries is a person to trust, despite the fact that these people seem so powerful and brave. They remind small babies that will tell everything. Oh yeah. Like, children are so honest. They're brutally honest. And just like in Aries. It says it is enough to ask, what are you interested in? They will not hide their resentment and will express everything the way they see it. Moreover, they never do that with bad intentions. It is in their nature. And I definitely agree. We're not here to be malicious to you. We're not trying to be mean. We're just brutally honest. And it's like, would you rather, if your friend looks crazy, would you rather have a friend that's like, oh, you look fine, you look cute? Or a friend would be like, no, you look crazy, you changed, girl. Like, we're Aries, we're just like that. We're brutally honest. We're just going to tell you how it is. for the better you, you know? So the second to last positive trait is I'm gonna say a word. Organizational. Oh shit. Organizational. Organizational skills. It says the RAM personalities are excellent managers, directors, team leaders. They can easily find the necessary people to unite them around one goal. They got used to controlling the situation fully and find an approach to everyone to encourage people for productive cooperation. Yeah, we're leaders. That's pretty much what it means. We're leaders. We're natural born leaders. We love to lead, and we are very good at bringing people together for a better cause, for our cause. So yeah. And last positive trait is independence, which is very good. Yeah. Oh, okay. By the way, the traits. Okay. I'm confident, honest. I'm very honest. Organizational skills, which is I'm a leader, leadership role, leadership goal, leadership skills. I have that. Yeah. And last is independence. I am very independent. Aries personalities get grown up very quickly. They do not like listening to tutorials, advice, comments since they get confident very early. These people want to show their independence not only in their vision, in the vision of other things, but also the way of life. So they leave their parents very early and try to make their ends meet, living separately. Very, very that. Very, 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 very that. I love being independent. Love being self-efficient. I always say I love being self-efficient. Love just doing me, doing my own thing, and making my own way downtown, walking fast. I just love just doing me and being my own person, being an adult, you know. If I could have my own apartment, I would. Like, I just living on my own, doing me is just so cool to me. Go travel, just be myself, be me, myself, and I, independent. But I am very much relationship oriented. I just love being in a relationship. Not a relationship, I just love having a person and experiencing all of that jazziness. So speaking of that, let's talk about dating real quick. We're going to touch on dating real quick. I may have an episode later down the road about Aries and relationships. Actually, probably this month we will get an episode about Aries and relationships. But let's touch on it real quickly a little bit. So what is it like to date an Aries? The short response will be we are very adventurous, very spontaneous. You'll never be bored when it comes to dating an Aries. We love living. We love having experiences, and just doing things, you know? So you'll always have something to do when you're dating an Aries. You're always gonna experience something. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun experience, and never miss out on dating an Aries Now, things to do now. Okay, here's advice. Things to do on a first date. So you're about to go on a date with an Aries for the first time, and you're like, what should I do? What are the things I should do, and what are the things that I should not do? Okay, I got you, girl. So here are some things I would say, first and foremost, be yourself. And that may sound cliche or cheesy, but Aries love a person that just are themselves. We can tell when someone is unauthentic, someone who's fake, someone who's putting on a personality. We can tell that right off the bat. I've had so many situations where I can tell someone is fake, and it doesn't vibe with us. We just can't vibe with someone who's like that. So just be yourself first and foremost. Now, other things to push on to your personality to make yourself more appealing to an Aries. Be a little bit more excitable. adventurous. Don't take things too seriously. Don't take everything too seriously. I mean, you can have a serious side, but be fun. Especially on a first date, be fun. Excite the Aries. Excite the person that you're with. Just have fun. Also, if possible, be respectful always, but be a bit confrontational and competitive. Aries love a little confrontation here and there, not in a negative way, but like fun confrontation. And of course, we said already, we're very competitive. So anyway, if you're thinking of where to go on a first date, don't do movies. Don't do the movies. Don't do anything that you're not doing something or personally talking to each other. So like the movies or even a museum. I'm not really big on museums. I would say something so it's either do something that you're not really talking to each other, but you're being really you're doing something fun like go-kart racing or golfing, mini golfing, or something cute and fun. Or going to an amusement park is fun too for an Aries, or a carnival, like something that's going to make us do stuff. That's really fun. Or something that you're talking to one-on-one. A dinner date is fine. Those are fine dates. Like maybe a picnic is fine. But I think the top tier type of dates are like fun, outgoing, exciting dates. Like go-kart racing or carnival or amusement park, Or cheaper ones like maybe walking around a place that you never really been to before, being adventurous, So yeah. Also, be able to play with both Dom side and submissive side. You can kind of guess what your Aries side more towards. I think it is possible to be both Dom and submissive, feminine and masculine. But some Aries prefer a certain role at times, not all the time. It's never all the time, but at times. So be able to play along with the role that they want to play. If they want to be a more submissive, then be a gentleman or gentlewoman, and whatever that means to you. If they want to be more Dom, let them take control, let them dominate, let them do what they want to do. Take control. Let them pick the movie. Hopefully it's not the movies, but let them pick the movie. Let them pay, stuff like that. Let them take control. So here are the things to not do. Do not do these things, please. First and foremost, don't be rude and disrespectful. I think that's for everyone. That's for any sign. And don't be rude or disrespectful. Don't be a stick in the mud. Be boring, judgmental. Like, we don't like people who think they're above us, and we don't like people who, like, look down on us, or be too serious, or, like, an old person, and just mean for no reason. Like, we like competition a little bit. We like a little teasing here and there, but we don't like people who are just mean for no reason, and standoffish people, and people that put a wall up. One thing that I did not touch on, Aries love a chase. We love the chase. But we don't like people who are making it too hard, or playing games, or just making it hard, just being difficult for no reason, or 1 minute you like us, 1 minute you're not, like just playing games. We don't like people like that. Like, show us that you like us, show us that you want to be with us, but don't be clingy. That's another thing. Don't be clingy. We hate clinginess. Have your own life. Have your own lives. But also, give us your undivided attention when we want it. But Aries, we are very independent. We like to have our own space. We like to have our own time to ourselves. So when we want your attention, give us your attention. But when it seems like we want to be on our own for a time, then give us that. Don't be offended. Don't be too clingy about it. And that's the same with Aquarius. Don't be too clingy about it. Don't be too offended by it. Don't be offended at all. Just live your own life, do your own thing, and then when it's time to come back together, we come back together. Don't cut off the communication, but just don't seem too clingy or too emotionally invested, especially in the beginning. But like over time, when you start learning each other, you'll just develop a common relationship. So that's my thing. And lastly, here are the signs who are usually compatible when it comes to Aries. Now again, I would suggest searching your chart. Searching what your other placements are. Look into your Venus sign. Venus for men usually is what you look for in a relationship, and then Venus for women is what you do in relationships. And then when it comes to your Mars is always about action, especially for men. Mars being what you do in a relationship, and then Mars for women is what you look for in a relationship. So I'll definitely look at your Mars placement and your Venus placement when it comes to dating and relationships, and also look at your partners, Mars and Venus, and see if you are compatible. I would say air signs and fire signs are the most compatible, and water signs, earth signs are more compatible. So keep that in mind. So if your Venus is earth, look for someone with a Venus in earth or Venus in water. Of course, you can't look for it, but it'd be good if they have those. If your Venus is a fire sign, then look for a Venus air sign. Those are more compatible. But we're going to talk about sun signs. Usually, everyone knows their partner's sun sign before they know everything else in their placement. But sun signs are important too. It's not as important as Venus and Mars, but it's just as important. It's up there. So I would say other sun signs that are compatible with Aries sun sign would be, of course, fire signs being other Aries, Leos, and Sagittarius. I've heard Leos are more, out of the three, Leos are more compatible with Aries. I don't know how much truth that is. I've never really dated a Leo. I tried to talk to some Leos, but it never goes far at all. I've had more experience with Sagittariuses. I've had 2 guys that I've talked to for a brief time. My first ever quote unquote boyfriend was a Sagittarius. It was a nice experience, but it failed, of course. And then the second guy was Sagittarius, but there was it lasted a few months, but it was not good because we didn't really hang out. We only had one date, and then he left me hanging for months, and then tell me at the end that he was talking to someone else, and he thought just leaving me be was gonna work, but it was the opposite. Like I said, Aries love the chase, and we're very optimistic. So I was very optimistic about the situation, and was like, I'm just gonna wait and see how if he comes around, and later find out that he had someone else the whole time. So those are my experiences with Sagittarius. But if fire signs don't work out, try air signs. That being Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. I love Gemini. Geminis are so cool. Geminis are one of my favorites. They just love being themselves, and they're not judgmental for the most part. So I just vibe with Geminis so much. So Geminis are really good. Libras. Libras. My mom, my sister are Libras, so I know how that's like. Libras are okay. They're probably the least compatible in the air sign family, but yeah. Aquarius are cool too. I love Aquarius. Now, water signs, I'd say the most compatible water sign is Scorpio, because Scorpio is ruled by Mars, just like Aries. So there's similarities there, but there could be a power struggle there. So keep that in mind. And when it comes to earth signs, I would say the most compatible earth sign is probably Capricorn, because Virgos are too serious and their personalities can be a little bit jarring. It's like dating someone 20 years older than you, and that's kind of like all earth signs. No offense, earth signs, but it's like for an Aries Aries are very youthful energy, and the earth signs give off a very mature energy. It's a different dynamic. And when it comes to Taurus are just too slow for Aries. They have a slow energy. They have a very comfortable. I'm trying not to be too mean, but they have like a comfortable, slow Taurus can come off a little boring to Aries at times too. So I would say Capricorns, because Capricorns are a cardinal sign, just like Aries. There's similarities there. They both like to lead. They're also very aggressive, very goal-oriented. They're both loyal, faithful. So those are the similarities there. So I think, honestly, any sign can work with any sign. Every relationship has their good sides and bad sides, okay? So don't take it too personally if your partner is a water sign and you're a fire sign. Total opposites, it seems. But, I mean, it's possible. Anything is possible. Me being optimistic Aries. Anything is possible. So don't be too discouraged if you find incompatible placements in your partner's chart. Don't be too discouraged because, hey, y'all came together for a reason. So don't let that get to you. It just will be a little bit harder to work out a relationship. But it's possible. A good working, functional relationship is possible. I didn't talk about the water signs. Like I said, again, Scorpio, Aries is both ruled by Mars, so there's a similarity there. But a power struggle, but the energies are very similar. It's just Aries, act first, think later. Scorpio, think first, act later. Cancers are too emotional for an Aries. But it can work. Cancers are very compassionate. They're very loyal, very faithful people. They're very motherly. They're very caring people. Aries love that. But Aries also love a bad boy too. They like those bad boy types of people. That's why Sagittarius are very good. Geminis are up there. Scorpio sometimes. So those types of people can be very intriguing to Aries. Cancers being those, goody two-shoes sometimes. It seems goody two-shoes type of people. They're too nice. They're too nice, They're too good to be true type of people, Cancers. So Pisces, we just don't vibe with Pisces that well. I'm only friends with one Pisces. There's only like one Pisces that is really cool to me right now. But like Pisces, I just don't think Pisces and Aries really vibe that well. They just don't vibe that well. They don't vibe. I just don't think Pisces and Aries just vibe well. But hey, it's possible. Aries and Pisces can be together. It's possible. So yeah. So that is pretty much everything I have to say about Aries. Again, Aries are very cool sign. Don't miss out on experiencing an Aries, being with an Aries. Don't miss out on it. It's going to be a really good experience, really cool experience for you. And again, happy Aries season. Now, I think I'll have for the whole month of April, I'm going to have a lot of Aries episodes, including possibly a birthday episode because my birthday is coming up. On this day, it is actually April 1st. I'm recording, it's April 1st. So I have 10 days till my birthday. So let's start the countdown, all right? So thank you all so much for watching. If you're an Aries, comment down below. Maybe give me some Aries signs. Give me some fire signs down there. Subscribe. Please subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Or give me a follow if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts. If you listen on Google Podcasts or those podcasts that you make reviews, give me some 5 stars up there. Give me some good reviews, all right? Also, I have a website, CallMeSIRG.com. Check that out. I have so many different things on there, so check that out. If you're watching YouTube, give me a like, subscribe, ring that notification bell to get notified every Friday when I release something new. Or I could release a visual video. Hey, it can happen. I have a couple of visual videos on my YouTube channel. I'm going to make more videos in the future. So keep watching that. Be notified every time I release a new episode or video. And follow me on any social media platform. On Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even Facebook. Just search me up at Call Me Sirg. And you'll find me. So search me up, follow me, give me a follow, I may follow back. So yes. So thank you all so much for listening. And I will be back in the next one. Happy Aries season. Love y'all. Bye. Thank you so much for listening. Follow me on any social media platform at Call Me Sirg to be kept in the loop when new content is available.